You are being cracked wide open. Welcome to this reading. This is a reading for someone who is experiencing an unveiling of some sort, an uncaging, a beautiful uncaging. So as soon as I sat down to do this reading and I started a meditation, I heard you're being cracked wide open. And I pulled 3 cards just to kind of set the theme. And I have birds of a feather, exposed and revealed, and this beautiful uncaging card. So I love how there's this reference to a bird cage or cage and these birds here. So it is, and notice that there's multiple birds on this card. So it's as if you're in this cage. I'm visualizing this cage, a bird cage with just you in it. And you've been in there for a really long time. And there's all these birds out there waiting for you. And it's time to open the cage. Like there's a key on this card. And this has to do with opening your heart, like allowing these connections in. And that makes you feel really, really vulnerable, right? You're feeling exposed and revealed. And I'm getting that, and this kind of ties in with a reading I just did recently where that vulnerability is making you kind of hesitate probably because your heart feels vulnerable because you've been hurt before. And I'm getting in a group situation. Like this isn't about someone who is afraid to open their heart to like a one-on-one relationship. I feel like this has to do with groups of people. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Sacred Traveler Oracle to see what else comes out, just to kind of expand on this message a little bit. But that's the initial kind of energy that I'm getting. So I'm connecting with somebody who Spirit is really encouraging you to unlock this cage that you've just been in too long. Like even on here, like can you see this figure is like by themselves and just kind of closed up, and like it's time to come out of this cage. You're ready, Spirit is saying. So let's ask why are you hesitating? Why are you hesitating coming out of this cage? See, this is take a risk, venture forward, great adventure. It really feels risky to you to step out of this cage that you've put yourself in. Like it feels like a risk. You're risking your heart. You're always risking being hurt whenever you put your heart out there. And there's no guarantee, Spirit's saying, there's no guarantee that you won't be hurt. But you've just been in this cage too long, I'm feeling. And I think you're feeling it too. Like I'm connecting with somebody who is ready to do this, but is still wanting to have some kind of assurances that you don't have to keep protecting yourself. And Spirit is saying, you don't need to protect yourself any longer to go on this adventure. Okay, they're saying pull another card here. Even on this boat, there's all these shields on the side. Yeah, there's like this shielding, this caging, this fear of letting yourself be seen is what I'm getting actually now from this card also. Fear of being seen by a group of people. So, you know, you may be somebody that wants to do something, like maybe share your work, share your art. There's something that you want to put out in the world. So, you know, in the past, maybe something didn't work out when you did that, or you faced some kind of criticism or judgment from others, or that's always a fear that's kind of kept you in this cage because like groups of people really make you want to pull back in some way. You may also have dealt with social anxiety. So really being in front of groups of people is hard for you. And to get out there feels like a risk to you. You're risking being judged. And Spirit is saying, yes, everybody faces that. Anytime you put yourself out there and you're in a position that is open to maybe being judged, it's scary, and it's scary for everyone, and it's not something that anyone can avoid. And it doesn't matter like how good your work is, your product, whatever it is you're putting out there, that fear like never goes away. It's just one of those funny things that we really just carry from childhood usually. The self-doubt and feeling like you're not good enough, and Spirit saying no matter how good a person is, like how talented, how good the quality is of what they're doing, everybody faces that. And it's just that fear of judgment and what are people going to say? And it feels soul crushing to think that you put your heart and soul into something and it may be rejected. But that's always something that every single person who puts something out into the world faces. Wow. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Yeah, this is like this bird coming right out of this cage. And look at the colors on this. Like this just fiery energy. Like you are ready to like rise up and just be seen and just be vulnerable and, see this as an adventure and just be willing to risk being hurt. And I really feel like you're getting ready to step into that energy where you're like, you know what? I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of feeling like afraid and closed up. And you are ready to like just reveal everything. Like the person on this card doesn't have any clothes on. I probably should cover that for YouTube. Didn't think about that. But you're just ready to kind of just reveal everything and just like spread your wings, right? We have all these birds here. So this is about spreading your wings and just seeing what happens, and you're ready to just be vulnerable again and just risk. I heard risk everything. Just kind of that attitude though, just that energy of like, who cares, just put it out there and risk whatever. And it really doesn't matter. And the thing is, the Spirit is saying like the right people, like birds of a feather, implies like your people, like your soul family, the people who get you, the people who are going to support you, they are out there. Even if in the past you didn't experience that, or you were rejected by a group in some way, that it's going to be different this time, Spirit is saying. I do have tarot over here with me also on the table, but I just feel like I need to pull one more card from this deck. Wow. Several cards came out. So let's see. We have Valiant Courage. Yeah, this just takes courage. Take action with passion. And, this kind of goes along with this taking a risk, right? It takes courage to take a risk. And I feel like this is what you're ready to step into. This fresh new way of living emerges. You want to take these risks and be vulnerable and just see what happens. The other card that came out was Success Expands in Your Life, Gates of Triumph. This is the gate you're ready to open. This is like the doors here of this cage that you are unlocking, and you have the key. The key is on this cage. You're not even looking for the key anymore. It's right there. You're ready to open this cage and just step out. And this is saying success expands in your life. So this thing that you step out and do in a very vulnerable way is going to be successful. All right, I'm going to pull some tarot just for the heck of it and see what comes out here in the tarot. Spirit, what else do you want to tell them about this new chapter they're stepping out into that feels risky? I'm also just being drawn to the word venture on here. So I feel like this is going with that kind of thing I was sensing earlier about you putting some kind of work out into the world, like a venture. So this could be like a business or something, and you're really kind of hesitating putting this out there just because, again, that fear of judgment and maybe even like the fear of failure, right? It not being accepted. It's too many cards. Okay, Spirit, let's see. Ace of Wands. Wow, this is a brand new, passionate beginning. And, you know, this says take action with passion. Yeah, this is, you've got some kind of idea or something. I hear this like burning in your mind, and you feel really passionate about that. And that's probably why you also feel really vulnerable about it. Like you want to protect this idea, and it feels really risky to put this into action. But yeah, the Ace of Wands is something that has so much potential to grow. Like on the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's like a little branch, a little sapling that has like some leaves on it. And it's the beginning of something that can grow into something much, much bigger. And again, we've got all this like fiery energy here with all these colors. So this is sacral energy, like these orange colors here. Yeah, so I feel like this is something maybe creative, or just at least something that you are really passionate about. And this time period of you stepping out and just being able to take a risk is going to bring back a lot of like fire and passion into your own energy. And it's just going to get you fired up in general. And that's going to be so wonderful for you. There's like the sun on this card here. So I just feel like a lot of like fiery energy. And then we have the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles coming out together. Well, the 10 of Cups is that harmony. This is the birds of a feather. This is your soul family. And I feel like this 2 of Pentacles is you going back and forth. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're going back and forth in your mind. Like, do I want to risk this? Yeah, like, do I have what it takes to just kind of like connect with people again? There's just this real emphasis, besides the creativity and this passion, this project or venture that you want to engage in. It's something with people, and just feeling like really exposed as far as putting yourself out there, and you're going back and forth about whether or not you actually want to do this. It's like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay in the cage, or do I risk going out there? Spirit, what do you want them to know? Yeah, Spirit's just saying there's nothing that doesn't have some kind of risk with it. And the thing is, if you don't do this, you'll never know. You'll never know. And you don't want to regret not doing this, because there's a lot of potential here. Okay, wow. Yeah. The Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, and the Chariot all came out together. Yeah, I mean, the Emperor is like boss energy. I feel like there's something like, and again, this is that fiery energy. This is Aries. So that's a fire sign. So there's so much passion here. And the Emperor, you know, this is like you taking charge, especially with the Chariot here. Like, this is you taking charge of your life and saying, yeah, I'm going to risk this venture, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get there. And this was another message that's coming to me right now that I actually filmed a video yesterday about this, but I'm not going to post it. I didn't like something about the video. So, but it's a message that's coming through here now about success. And success doesn't come from hard work. It comes from not giving up and just getting out there and doing whatever it takes to get to this victory. You know, the Chariot is your willpower, and you taking the reins. With the Emperor here, he definitely is a symbol of authority, and he takes the reins, and it's Aries, which is like your identity. So you stepping into this like leadership role in your own life, like being the leader of your own life and doing whatever it takes to reach this success. An Emperor is success, and it's also associated with like having maybe your own business or something like that. It doesn't have to be, though. It's just whatever this venture is, you're going to see it all the way through to the end until you reach success, and you're not going to give up until you get to point. And there's going to be a lot of learning along the way. Like, you're just starting this venture with this Page of Pentacles. But this is something that has a lot of potential, but you need to take this idea that you have, and then you need to ground it into, you know, practical steps that you take. And you're going to learn and figure out things along the way. But Spirit is saying, like, get out there now, and you're going to find the people, this, you know, soul family, those people that support you and that love you and love what you do. And even though it feels like really kind of risky to put yourself out there and expose yourself to being rejected, to being hurt, that's just part of life, Spirit is saying. And they're saying that you've hidden long enough, and it's time to really step out in this like authority of your life and what it is that you want to experience. And yeah, plant this seed. And know that you're going to figure out things as you go along, and you'll be able to kind of like tweak things. So bringing me back with like this Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, like making adjustments as you go. And this is going to be a big change, but it's going to be well worth it. And this is just like harmony and happiness and like fulfillment. And this is something, this venture that you're going on is something that is going to fill your own cups of happiness. All right, let me just get a final message. What else do you want to say, Spirit, to whoever this reading is connecting with? Yeah, there was something else about that success. Yeah, it even says success expands in your life, you know, and the Emperor and the Chariot both being symbols of success. And I want to make sure I covered really what Spirit wanted to get through with that message of success, that it's not because of hard work or luck. It really is a matter of just not giving up. And I feel like maybe in the past, something didn't work out, like you faced some kind of criticism or judgment from others, and it kind of made you shrink back and put yourself into this cage where you protected your heart and you couldn't get hurt again. But Spirit is saying it's just part of life. And if you want to achieve success, you have to be willing to be hurt, for things to not work out, for things to be up and down. And you're going to learn what it is that you need as you go along. And as long as you don't give up, and as long as you don't stop, you know, with this Chariot, you just keep going until you achieve success. That is the mark of someone who is successful, like the Emperor, the one that's, you know, the CEO kind of energy. They're not successful because they're lucky. I mean, sometimes, you know, luck has something to do with it, privilege, you know, all those kinds of things. But the real promise of success is just someone who doesn't give up, right? The person that is the most successful is really the one that didn't give up during the failures and the rejections and all of those kinds of things. And that's really it. They're saying it's really simple. It's just a matter of keeping yourself moving forward, and not giving up until you get there. And Spirit wants you to see this as an adventure and just really follow your heart, follow that passion. I feel like that's like really reigniting in you. Like you've been in this cage too long, and it's just time to get out there and put that fiery energy in. And that's an energy that really is something that will help you sustain momentum. Okay, final message, Spirit. Okay, Page of Swords. So again, you're at this like beginning. Pages are like beginning energy. So you're stepping out, and this is a new venture, and you're going to learn so much about yourself along the way. Like, this is making me kind of look at the Emperor again, and like, you're so intelligent and resourceful. So you have everything it takes, and whatever you need to pick up along the way, I'm getting, you will. There's birds on that card too. So like, this thing is going to take flight. Wow. Death and rebirth. So this card really focuses on the rebirth aspect of the death card. It's like you're done being in this cage. This is the rebirth energy, right? We got this phoenix here, right? This is the time when you rise up and you go after this thing and you take action with passion. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's so much like creative, passionate, ambitious energy here. This is something that you are really fired up about. Do not be afraid, Spirit is saying, of being seen and just letting your full self be seen in all its glory. And yeah, the people that are going to support you, this is the thing that's holding you back. It's here. You've got the Ten of Cups and Birds of a Feather. You've got all this support around you. This also feels, just with the birds here, and there's like several birds in these cards. This is also your spirit team supporting you along the way. And you can lean on them also when you're really feeling that vulnerability, these emotions that come in. Look at all the colors, how they go together. Like, you have so much support around you for this venture in both your real life and also on your spirit team. So yeah, just really take advantage of this fiery energy right now. And this is Aries season also. So this is a great time to get out there and get out of that cage and take advantage of this beautiful sacral energy, this sacral power that you have. Like, really step into this Emperor energy. It's time for you to take a risk and venture forward, and success is awaiting you. All right, so that's the message that Spirit wanted to give to you today. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.